Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. OTF Jam allegedly was released from federal custody and drops his location on social media and says, anyone don't like it, pull up. Is that a gangster move, a gangster rat move, or is that a federal trap? Sit back, enjoy the ride, and I'm going to tell you how this could be playing out from a unique Mecca Audio Street perspective. Let's ride.
Keep it going, 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 keep it going. Mecca what? Mecca audio, Mecca what? Mecca audio, Mecca what? Mecca audio, Mecca what? Mecca audio. I like the way it's going down.
All right, you know what it is, unique Mecca Audio, man. Check it out. We're going to try and figure this out. We got Brother Goldmouth. He reacts to OTF Jam dropping his location after allegedly snitching on Lil Durk. Sit back. I want y'all to put this in the comment because all of this is real good. It plays into Gucci Mane, Pooh Shiesty, everything that got to do with getting caught up when you know you on the street, you done made it out the hood. Now, Goldmouth got some harsh words now, but then I'm going to translate that so you can understand. All right, let's ride.
They got this dude right here named OTF Jam. First of all, you ain't no OTF no more, man. Like, you probably used to be a part of the family, but this the nigga that snitched on Lil Durk. They say the nigga is out of jail and on house arrest, right? Then had the audacity to post on motherfucking social media his whole address and location and talking about anybody that feel like they doing something or they want to do some shit to me, here go my location, pull up. I'm on that. Hold up, bro. Listen, man. Just to be clear, I'm talking about another snitch right now. I'm not talking about Lil Woody. But this nigga that snitched on Lil Durk, get out of jail, on house arrest, drop his location and tell everybody, if you got smoke, you want smoke, pull up. First of all, check this out, Jam, because you ain't no OTF.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
You told because you didn't want to be in jail. You was trying to tell yourself out of a jam that you was in. So why would you come to the internet, man, acting like you really want to commit a crime? Don't you know that crime places in jail? You told to prevent yourself from going to jail for a crime that you committed. So now you get out of jail trying to act like you tough and you hard. You want to drop your location after you done told on him, man. You done got Lil Durk put in motherfucking jail, taken away from his family, taken away from his fans, from his loved one, a whole motherfucking man with kids incarcerated. And you want to get out of jail and brag like you a motherfucking gangster, knowing you told on Lil Durk, tried to set the man up so you can motherfucking get relieved of whatever other crimes you was accused of. So why the fuck these snitching get out here and try to act like they motherfucking hard, like they gangsters, like they motherfucking want to commit crimes, like they want to be in jail? Criminals are in jail. You don't want to be in jail. That's the reason why you motherfucking told in the first place. So, man, y'all that be snitching on niggas, man, stop acting like y'all own that and living like that and want to crash out. Because if you wanted to crash out, you would have never told in the first place. If you can stand jail, if jail don't bother you, if you don't give a fuck about laying down in prison for the rest of your life, you would have never told. So
Now that was deep. What do you think about that? Put in the comments. I gotta put Lil Durk up here in the joint, man. I gotta put Lil Durk up here in the joint. Where he at? Where he at? Is he right here? Nah. Okay. Can't find Lil Durk right now, so we're gonna okay, there it is. So we're gonna play Lil Durk and we're gonna talk about this, right? Yo, check it out, right? Goldmouth. What it is, right? Everything you said is 100% right, but I gotta speak from what civilization citizens, as y'all call it, call a crash dummy point of view. When we on the street, we don't care about nothing. You understand? And then you have some that only care about themselves. OTF Jam is one that only care about himself because Lil Durk sat there and I watched the YouTube videos where he gave him like 10 racks when he came home, looked out for him. I heard he bought him a house, did all that for him. And then he turns around and now he allegedly tells on him, you see in his post, he said that he gonna send me to bull him. So he posts his location and he's letting it be known that whoever got an issue with it, come see me. That's not a rat bastard. That's just a rat. And then when you got a rat, you got different categories of rat. You got the quiet rat, the sneaky rat, the rat, and then you got the killer rat, the gangster rat. And that's what we're dealing with right now. I'd rather a rat be straight up and say that I'm a rat, you don't like it, come see me. Because that's how it was back in the days. We had dudes that was rats back then, and we knew they was rats, and we knew their guns go off. And if you ain't want no problems, you stayed away from them. If you wanted problems, you went at them. And everybody always had something to say behind their back, but nobody really said nothing in their face. And that's what's going on right now with this social media. Everybody got something to say about OTF Jam, but nobody was going to say it to his face. And he's telling you, if you are, I'm going to take it a step further and I'm going to put my location. Do y'all believe that that's really his location? Put in a comment. Do y'all believe that that's really OTF Jam's location? If it is, it's one or two things. Either it's a federal trap, right? Or it's a crash dummy move. Or it's a go all out move. This is who I am now. This is what I did. I'm still walking the neighborhood. Anybody got a problem with me, tell it to me in my face. And he really believes no one is going to do that. Is there anyone out there that's going to tell him that in his face? Put that in the comments. And this is what it's all about. Everybody has an opinion, but no one says anything. I've been on, I went to certain compounds and there's rats on the compound. And then when I get there, everybody want to point out and tell me what I already know, who's a rat. Okay, so am I supposed to do something to him when you've been here for 5 years with him and you didn't do nothing to him? Or you're trying to say you need a crash dummy, or as we say in the prison, a torpedo. Y'all let me know where that really go and how you feel about that, because this could be one of two things, like I said, man. OTF Jam dropping his location could be either street code or federal trap, man. Picture somebody rolling up on this ride. Picture somebody rolling up on the location that he dropped, you know, and they start busting off, and then the feds start dropping out of trees in helicopters like they did Maduro over in Venezuela, you know? That's called a federal trap, you know? Or it could be he don't believe ain't nobody gonna try him. Is he calling everybody a wussy? Put that in the comments. What do you really think this is? Because we're seeing this play out in real life time. A man told on somebody as loyal and powerful as Lil Durk. Say, yeah, I told, and this is where I'm at. Do you believe he really did that post? That's what I want to know. Is that post real, or did somebody just put it up? You know, I see it on Say Cheese and their reputable channel, but I gotta ask that because this is something new to me. You understand? I mean, you know, he's pounding his chest saying that I Sammy the Bull, Lil Durk. Now, you know Lil Durk, he's like the John Gotti of the Chicago rap game. And OTF Jam is saying that he's the Sammy the Bull. And whoever don't like it, come see me. I just want to know, do y'all believe anyone is going to come see him? And everything that Goldmouth said was right and exact. If you didn't care at all, then why did you tell? He told because he cares about himself and forget others. Because I was talking to my man dude last night. We hung out and I dropped him off. And he said, man, you, as much as our names came up, talking about our, you know, my family, my peoples, as much as our names came up in your trial, you never said nothing and you made sure it never went no further. And you made sure we all stayed on the street knowing that you was going to get life in prison. And I told him that I'd rather live life in prison and know that they're living a happy, abundant life because they didn't get caught. I got caught. So I got to deal with whatever consequences come with those actions. You get caught up, you wear it. That's why I say don't get involved so you don't have to get caught up and you don't have to wear it. But if you think you tough enough to go out there and you cut like that, they got a cell waiting for you. 228, 202, you know, those are the cells that's right in front of the TV. They call those the penthouses in the federal penitentiary. Because the TVs is outside cell 228 and 202. So you can lay in the bed, sit in front of the door and watch TV during lockdown. Eat all the popcorn you want. Can't get no woman, can't see your family, can't see your kids, can't use the phone when you want. That's what's waiting on you. But I want y'all to really understand that, you know, you have to listen when a man is accused of drops his location, that ain't regular. That's far from regular. That ain't just internet trolling. That ain't, you know, just tough talk. That ain't just come see me. That could be a setup, a warning, a death wish, or a trap. Because in the street, when your name get attached to paperwork, your whole identity changes. Your loyalty gets questioned. Your old friends turn into enemies, and everybody start watching how you move. Everybody watch how you move. When you go in the corner store, when you get the chips, they peeking over the rack trying to see what you're doing. So now OTF Jam allegedly drops his location, right? After the internet says he told, after people say he was a mole, after his name got tied to Lil Durk case online, and now the question is, why would he do that? Why do y'all think he'll do that? Somebody put it in the comments and let me know why you think he'll do that, right? Now, that's what we breaking down today, right? Not gossip, not glorification, not telling nobody to go harm nobody, because we definitely ain't doing that over here at Unique Make Audio, right? Just so you understand. This is a warning to the youth about how nasty the street game really is. It's nasty out there. A man give you 50,000 and get your crib and put you up under the wing, and then you testify against him to get life in prison because maybe allegedly you got pulled over with a jammy on you. Now you looking at going back to jail, and they allegedly tell you to wear wire. If this man wore wire on Lil Durk, that's the lowest form of that's not even a human being. That's a rodent. If that's what he did, that's a rodent. We're gonna let this play out. But we see his post saying he gonna Sammy the Bull. But I'm just being politically correct, right? First scenario, right? He could be trying to prove he ain't scared. You think he trying to prove that he ain't scared? Put in the comment, you think OTF Jam trying to prove he ain't scared? The first possibility is simple, right? He might be trying to show the world he ain't scared. He might be saying, if I told why I'm outside. He might be trying to clean his name with fake bravery. He might be trying to make the accusation look weak. What do you think? But here's the problem. Dropping your location does not clear paperwork. Acting tough does not ease suspicion. Standing outside does not prove you solid, because real paperwork is what clears your name, not Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or social media. The internet loves performance. And right now, from that post, you're performing, young man. People see a location drop and say, he's standing on business. Is that what you think he wants people to say? But the streets know better. Sometimes the loudest man is the most nervous man. Sometimes the man screaming, "Come get me," is trying to control the narrative. Put that in the comments why you think that could be. Now, that's the jewel. Tough talk is not truth. Location drops are not loyalty. Social media is not court, and the streets will still judge you however they want. That's what you have to understand. They're going to look at it however they want. Second scenario, right? He could be bait. You think they're using OTF Jam as bait? Somebody put in the comment, you think they're using OTF Jam as bait. What if he's being put out there as bait? What if the accusations made him useful? What if somebody wants him visible? What if dropping the location is not reckless, but calculated to catch the ones that's willing to go make a move? Because once a man is labeled a rat, people move emotional. They stop thinking. They start reacting. They start trying to prove themselves, and that is how the trap doors open. Somebody could see that post and get angry. He told on Durk. He played with OTF. He outside talking crazy. And now they run towards a situation that might be already watched. And their real ops is waiting on them. Because like I said, with all of this being said, right, when they go to federal prison, they will all be allied as one to defend each other, to save each other, to feed each other, to be there for each other in prison. But when they was on the street, look what happened. That is how the streets trick young dudes easy. And that's what we here at Unique Make Audio trying to prevent from happening. From you youngins being tricked so easy off the street, because everything Goldmouth said was 100. 100, but there's a reason and a motive for him dropping his location and coming out so vocal. That is how the streets trick young dudes. Like I said, they use your anger against you. They use your loyalty against you. They use your pride against you. They make you crash out for people who will not save you and don't care about you. All they want to do is be entertained on social media. If he's bait, the location drop is not a challenge. It is a magnet. It's a snare, like a net. It's a pressure point. It's a way to see who is dumb enough to make a move first. Do y'all believe that? Put in the comments, or you believe that he just tough like that. Put it in the comments. The third scenario, right? Law enforcement could be watching. Now, let's be real. If somebody's tied, right, to a federal case, drops a location, who better believe someone may be watching? You better believe someone may be watching. Not just street dudes, but law enforcement too. That does not mean police told him to post it. We're not saying that. Police don't have to dictate that. But the police can say, oh, he's genius. I love that. We're saying the possibility exists, though, that the police could have told him to do that. In high-profile cases, everything can become evidence, including that post. If something happens, somebody shoot up his house or whatever, then they're going to say Lil Durk sent them. Every post, every threat, every reaction, every car pulling up could be a threat. A young dude could think he's sliding for loyalty, but really he's walking into surveillance, walking into cameras, walking into plates being scanned, walking into another indictment. And you see how the trickle-down effect goes? That is the part that the youth do not see, right? You think it is a street business, the government sees conspiracy. You think it's honor, the prosecutor sees motive. The location could be a stage, so you understand that. And anybody who runs onto the stage becomes part of the show. You want to become part of the Lil Durk show, the OTF show? Run up on OTF Jam if that's really what it is. He might not even have a gun in the house, you know? That's how people get trapped. That's how emotions become evidence. That's how loyalty turns into years, right? Let's get to the fourth scenario real quick, right? He could have a death wish. Y'all, hold on, man. Y'all put in the comment, you think he got a death wish? You think he got death wish? That's all I want to know. Do you think he got a death wish, right? Maybe he really does not care anymore. Maybe he knows his name is damaged and he's just like, man, F it. I'm just going to go out blazing. But to go out blazing and label a rat, nah, I don't think that's OTF Jam. Now, maybe he feels like he cannot go back. Maybe he's moving like a man with a death wish. That happens in the street. When your reputation is gone, when your circle turns on you, when your name is being dragged in the mud, some people start moving reckless because they feel finished anyway. That is very dangerous because a man with nothing to lose is unpredictable. A man who feels betrayed is unpredictable. A man who feels exposed is unpredictable as well. And a man who thinks death is already crashing, you know, him is definitely unpredictable. And that is why the streets is not a game. One day your family, the next day your food. One day they hug you, the next day they hunt you for your reputation. What is the nature of the beast? That's what I want to know, right? What's the nature of the beast? The street does not love nobody. The street uses everybody. The street feeds on loyalty, then spits out the loyalty when they become inconvenient. So that means, if you don't understand, OTF Jam spit out Lil Durk, if he feels, you know, that he's no longer useful, right? Now, fifth scenario, let's go to the fifth one, right? Then we're going to be out here. Been on here long enough already. He could be trying to flip the fear back on them. Sometimes a man drops his location to change the energy. He wants people to stop calling him scared. He wants people to stop saying he's hiding. He wants the internet to think he's in control. He wants to turn shame into intimidation. That is a psychological move. You calling me a rat? I'm outside. You saying I'm hiding? Come find me. Better yet, here's my location. But here's the problem. The street does not care about your explanation. The streets don't even care about your pain. The streets don't even care about your version of things. Once the label sticks, it's hard to pull it off. And sometimes, whether it's true or not, and I know y'all done seen that, you know, that's why a street reputation is a coffin. That's why a street reputation is a coffin. You can climb into it alive, but getting out is almost impossible. People will bury you with rumors, especially with social media, then dare you to prove you still breathing. The loyalty lesson. Let's get to the loyalty lesson, right? So I can get up out of here. Now, here's the real message. You can be loyal to somebody for years. You can do time and stay quiet. You can take losses for the team. And they still cross you when your value changes. Lil Durk is in jail now. So his values change because he's not able to make the moves he was making. So OTF definitely ain't got no use for him right now. That is what the youth must understand. Loyalty in the street is conditional. Love in the street is conditional. Protection in the street is conditional. Your position is only safe while you're useful. While you're capable of go busting a gun when they say bust a gun, go sell a drug when they say sell a drug, go do what they say when they say do it. That's the only time you're useful and your position is safe. Once you become a liability, everything's changed. They stop calling you brother. They stop calling you family. They stop calling you solid. Now they call you a problem. Remember that. And that is the coldest part. You could have bled for them. You could have sat in prison for them. You could have kept secrets for them. But one rumor can erase all of that, especially when it's a rat rumor or label. That is why I tell the youth, do not give your life to the streets. It's not worth it, because that's like giving your life to the devil. The streets has no pension. The streets has no retirement plan. The streets has no loyalty department. The streets also has consequences. And consequences is taking your rap when you get caught up in a murder rap, being that you wanted to be a murderer. And that's where we at. But OTF Jam, if this is true, he feel like, nah, I ain't doing nothing for nobody. I'm worried about me and saving my ass, and that's it. How this connects to Lil Durk, right? In Lil Durk's situation, everything is under a microscope. Every relationship, every old friend, every phone call, every alleged connection, the feds is watching everything. When a federal case gets serious, people start looking around. Who's talking, who folded, who got picked up first, who disappeared and came back different. Remember that? Yo, he was gone a few days. Where was he at? That's how the paranoia takes over. Nobody trusts nobody. Everybody watches everybody. Every rumor becomes a weapon. Every old friend becomes a possible witness. That's crazy, right? Every old friend become a possible witness. And if Jam really dropped his location doing all this noise, that is not just a post. That is a street message. That is a federal risk. That is a dangerous chess move. The youth need to see the full picture. Rap made it look glamorous. The internet made it look entertaining. The indictment made it real, and prison will make it a permanent reality. And that's what we're trying to prevent over here at Unique Make Audio. The Gucci Man and Pooh Shiesty connection. Now, let's bring Gucci and Pooh Shiesty into this, right? I got to bring him into this, right? Because this is just as serious, and it falls under the same thing. Because this is the same type of street code confusion. Gucci built a whole image of being street. Pooh Shiesty came under that image. Then when things allegedly went left, the law got involved. Here's the conflict. You cannot sell the youth gangster image forever. And that's what Gucci Man was doing until the Draco went in his face. Then switch to business and being a victim when trouble comes. Oh, I'm a businessman. You know, I'm innocent. Give me some sympathy. You know, I'm the victim here. You know, legally, you may have every right to call the police. So I'm not saying that he did not have the right to police. He had every right to call the police. Do what you want to do. But just come clean and say, I called the police. I'm not going for it. I'm not with none of that street crap that got me where I'm at. I'm trying to worry about my wife, kids, and my future legacy. And that man took a $1 billion contract from me at gunpoint. And I'm using the law that I pay my taxes to get my paperwork back. I don't need to go get a gun. I'm not Gucci Man anymore. I'm not Goo-Wop anymore. I'm Roderick Davis. And that's all he got to say, and this will all go away. The same as OTF Jam said, man, I'm over here. Yeah, I Sammy the Bulldom, and I'm telling you where I'm at. If you cut like that, come see me. Now, like I said, legally he had every right to call the police, but street code-wise, you have to be honest about your lane. If you're on the street, you don't call the police under nothing. I don't care if the jewelry worth 100 million. I don't care if the contract worth 10 billion. If he got you, he got you. The same as you got people coming up and you didn't expect, and they didn't go to the police on you because you never went down for it. Now that you get got, you tell on somebody because you got. How much sense that make? Did you ever get the game? Was you ever really a part of the game to do something like this? And they might say, oh, there's no honor among thieves. There isn't, but there's still loyalty and respect because there's consequences to that. And the answer back in my days was decapitation. That's how far it went. But now you can do what you want because everybody got Twitter fingers. You know what I mean? They just do what they want. Now, right? Legally, he had the right to call the police, but like I said, street code wise, you have to be honest about your lane. Like, what lane are you in, Gucci? OTF chose his lane, if that's true, with his post. This is what Gucci should have done. He should just say, like I said, I am not in the streets no more. I'm a businessman. I gave my statement. That old life is over. This the new me. I'm about my business. I'm letting the law and the courts work for me. And there's nothing wrong with that. He has a right to do that if he chooses to do it because it's his choice, because at the end of the night, as long as he sleeps comfortable when he lays his head on the pillow, that's all that matters. Not what his fans think, not what his friends, family, anybody think. Now, if he did that, that'll be real. That would be honest. That would teach the youth something. If Gucci just come on and say, man, I'm over here now. All of y'all that are corrupted, if you got a little sense in you, come on over here with me to this side. That would really teach the youth something. That would stop the confusion. That would separate business from the street fantasy. Because you got these rappers, they start off in the street, they make it in the business world, they still want to be a part of the street. They own the street. And then when a Draco go in their face, business, I'm a victim. It's business because you have a 100 million, 200 million, 50 million, 10 million, because you know the rat bastards and flip-flop wearing and public trolls would be quick to say something, you know? But when you let people think you're still governed by the street code, you create confusion. You mislead young artists to put a Draco in your face and think that you're going to handle it the way he knows to handle it, and you presented yourself to handle an issue if it happened. You make crash dummy moves. Believe the image is real. Then when the law steps in, everybody acts surprised. Oh my God. The nature of the beast. The street is a beast. It eats loyalty, it eats friendship, it eats family, it eats young men alive. The streets ate me alive and took me away from my family for 26 years. When I went in, my daughter was 18 months. I come home, she's 27, going on 28. I don't even know the woman standing in front of me. That's not what I want for you. That's what's going to wind up with Durk if this goes sour. And then they talking about taking all of Durk's entities. I'm gonna do a whole nother video on that, right? They talking about forfeiting everything he owned to put him in jail, dead broke, where he got to go borrow soups from somebody. That's what they trying to do if they could get away with it, right? You can feed the beast everything. Your freedom, your name, your silence, your best years is what you wind up giving to prison. I gave him my best years. I went at 29 and came out at 56. Come on, dog. Where they do that at? And the beast will still turn on you. Even after I done fed it my freedom, my name, my silence, and my best years, it turned on me. It will call you solid today. It will call you a rat tomorrow. It would love you when you're useful. It would destroy you when you're a threat. That is why OTF Jam dropped his location is bigger than one post. It shows how unstable the whole world is. It shows how fast loyalty turns into speculation. It shows how dangerous internet pressure can be. It shows how one move can bring real consequences. That is the lesson today. Do not chase street approval. Do not crash out for internet comments. Do not run towards somebody else's location. Do not let loyalty make you stupid. Feel me? Now, this is my message to the youth before I get out of here. I'm on the zone right now. Young brothers, listen to me, right? You youngins, listen to me. The street will make you emotional. The internet would make you reckless. Your pride will make you blind. And the feds will make all of that evidence. All of your emotional reactions will be evidence. Somebody dropping a location is not a mission. And it's not your job. It's not your wall. It's not your proof or your loyalty. It might be the exact trap meant to catch you. Do not let a rapper's case become your case. Do not let a rumor become your indictment. Do not let the post become your prison sentence. And definitely do not let nobody else's beef take you from your family. Do not let street emotion destroy your future. Because when it's over, the blogs move on, the rappers hire lawyers, the internet finds a new story. You sit in a cell with your whole life gone. 26 years of my life was gone. Now, this is the jewel. The streets are real. Betrayal is real. Federal prison is even realer. And none of this is worth your freedom. I'm telling you that from somebody who lost theirs. Every night I had to go to sleep knowing I had life plus 20 with no chance of parole, where they didn't expect me to walk out of there alive. I was supposed to leave in a wooden box, but now I'm here talking to you. So if you don't trust my words, I don't know what to tell you at all. Now, in closing, right? So when OTF Jam allegedly drops his location, I do not see it as bravery first. I see it as danger. I see it as bait. I see possible surveillance. I see a man surrounded by consequences, because whoever makes a move got to deal with the consequences. He could be proving a point or setting a trap or being used as bait or moving with a death wish, or trying to flip the fear back on everyone else. In other words, he's scared, so he wants you to be scared to move on him, because you know the consequences. Because like Goldmouth said, ain't nobody trying to crash out. But no matter which one it is, the lesson stays the same. The street is not loyal. The internet is not loyal, like I said. You know, the gang is not loyal. The courtroom is not loyal. Only your choices follow you into the cell, into the courtroom, into the cemetery, or into the wheelchair. or into your family's pain, because that's all you're going to bring to your family's pain. Now stop chasing the street image. Chase freedom, chase wisdom, chase ownership, chase a life where nobody can bait you into destruction by watching and tuning in and subscribing and sharing Unique Mecca Audio. And check out my daughter's YouTube channel at Juanita Mecca Audio and Real Boss TTTV for your banging music. Now, right? So stop chasing the image, like I said, man. Now, chase freedom, chase wisdom, chase your ownership, right? Now, because the streets are real, but prison is realer, the feds are realer, betrayal is realer. And once that door closes, the internet cannot save you. Remember that, right? Now, let me ask a couple of questions real quick. We don't get 40 minutes. What the hell we ride? Give y'all like a live. I'm going to set this up in the live. Right? Why would OTF Jam drop his location to people and they call him a rat? He could be trying to prove he's not scared. He could be trying to control the narrative. He could be baiting somebody emotional, or he could be moving reckless because his name is already damaged. Right? Could dropping his location be a trap? That's all I want to know, right? I've been on here long enough. I'm out of here.